Hi everybody. I know you're doing your midterm presentations this week and you have the midterm exam next week, but there are two readings I think that are really important as you prepare for the midterm. So I have two money stuff readings that I want to read, and I also have something else that I want to share with you today. So the first thing are these two money stuff readings. They're essentially about the same thing. They kind of build upon one another. One is kind of a description of this thing, and the other one is kind of an expansion of that idea. But I think both of them both give a good overview of kind of a different way to do banking, while talking about how the good things about that and the advantages about that system, and also some, I don't know if I want to say disadvantages, but kind of the reason why the US government, at least in these examples, is not too happy about these ideas. And I think that certainly relates to a lot of the things that we've learned about in this course. What is the purpose of finance? This idea of opacity in the banking system. What is the role of the state in money creation? Different theories of what money is, and in particular, how does debt inform our money? Graeber's views about politics. All of these things I think are kind of touch upon these two very interesting money stuff readings that, again, I also think will be good resources for you to have as you think about doing synthesis in the midterm exam. So I want you to read these two different money stuff readings and then do an RRJ about them. Again, the main purpose of this is really preparation for your midterm exam, but I also think it's really fascinating stuff as usual. The other thing I want to share with you, I know I mentioned David Graeber's ideas kind of relating to these money stuff readings. We don't talk much about David Graeber except for his money stuff, his debt book. But one, he's both a really kind of influential thinker, and also he died earlier this year. And a friend of mine, another colleague that I work with, sent me this article about David Graeber in China. It brings up the point Graeber never really impacted China much. His book, Debt, the First 5,000 Years, was translated into Chinese. But this column kind of looks at Graeber and his ideas from a Chinese perspective, and I thought that might be interesting from you since we talk about Graeber so much. And since I think he has some really interesting ideas. So I'm including a link to that also. You don't need to check that out, but I think it will be interesting. It's a light read, and I think it puts some of Graeber's ideas into kind of a Chinese lens, and I thought that might be interesting to you as Chinese students who are using Graeber to learn about money stuff. So I've shared these things as well as an RRJ that I want you to do about the money stuff readings.